Have you ever texted her, waited, and she just ignored you? That silence gnaws at your confidence. Most men panic here. They overthink, chase, and slowly push her further away. But here's the truth. Her ignoring you is not rejection. It's a test. And how you respond determines whether she loses interest forever or starts chasing you. Right now, you might feel powerless. But here's the secret most men will never understand. Power isn't about chasing. It's about control. It's about remaining calm, composed, and unshakable. Like Elon Musk facing criticism, or David Beckham commanding a stadium without a single word. This is the power of Stoicism. Section 1. Understanding the test. Women ignore for reasons that aren't always obvious. Sometimes it's a loyalty test. Sometimes it's a check on your confidence. Sometimes it's an unconscious curiosity. Will he chase, complain, or crumble? Recognizing these patterns is key. Attention-seeking behavior. Subtle manipulation and emotional tests are everywhere. Women evaluate micro-expressions, tone, and energy shifts subconsciously. If you panic, needlessly chase, or overreact, you fail the test instantly. But if you respond with calm confidence, she begins to respect your boundaries, and subconsciously she becomes intrigued. This is where emotional detachment transforms rejection into personal power. Section 2. Stoicism as a superpower. Stoicism isn't coldness. It's emotional mastery. It's converting frustration, heartbreak, or an X-return scenario into growth. Every ignored message is an opportunity to build confidence, charisma, and life energy. Chasing signals scarcity. Calmness signals abundance. A man who maintains his presence, his energy, and his independence even under her silent tests is magnetic. Women are wired to notice this subtle difference. Imagine she ignores you. Most men crumble. You continue building your life. Fitness, hobbies, social proof, style. When she next interacts with you, your calm presence and magnetic energy draw her in effortlessly. Section 3. Nonverbal communication and presence. Your body speaks before your words. Confident posture, eye contact, micro-expressions, and life energy silently communicate high value. Style, appearance, and achievements amplify this effect. Think of David Beckham stepping onto a field. Every movement communicates authority. Your presence alone can ignite attraction faster than any compliment or line. Women feel it often before you speak. Combine this with charisma, storytelling, and subtle dominance, and you create magnetic energy she can't ignore. Section 4. Strategic responses. When she ignores you, don't chase. Maintain boundaries, sprinkle humor, and use playful teasing. Build scarcity. Make your attention rare and precious. Strategically, your responses should pull her in without pleading. Selective compliments, confident detachment, and subtle power moves create intrigue. Emotional tension is now your ally, not your enemy. 5. Lifestyle leverage and attraction. High-value men don't build their identity around a woman's attention. Their lives are already full, purposeful, and dynamic long before any woman enters the picture. This is the core difference between a man who constantly seeks validation and a man who naturally attracts it. When a man's lifestyle reflects ambition, growth, and direction, attraction becomes a byproduct rather than a goal. Lifestyle leverage begins with the visible signals of self-respect. The way a man dresses, carries himself, and maintains his physical health sends powerful subconscious messages. Well-fitted clothing, a clean and sharp appearance, and a strong, athletic posture immediately communicate discipline and self-awareness. Fitness is not only about aesthetics. It reflects consistency, resilience, and control over one's habits. When a man takes care of his body, it signals that he values himself, and people are naturally drawn to individuals who respect themselves. Beyond appearance, lifestyle leverage expands into the activities that shape a man's daily life. High-value men cultivate hobbies that make them interesting, curious, and engaged with the world. Whether it is learning a new language, playing a sport, traveling to new cities, or developing creative skills, these experiences add layers to his personality. When conversations happen, he has stories, insights, and perspectives that naturally capture attention. Travel, for instance, exposes a man to different cultures, environments, and people. This broadens his worldview and strengthens his adaptability. When a man speaks about experiences from places like London, New York, or Sydney, he demonstrates openness and confidence in navigating the world. Women often perceive this as adventurous. Energy, someone who is not confined to a small routine but constantly expanding his life. Social networks also play a significant role in lifestyle leverage. Being surrounded by driven, positive, and socially respected individuals creates powerful social proof. When a man is comfortable in groups, respected by friends, and welcomed in different social environments, it signals leadership and influence. Social proof is subtle but powerful. When others value and respect you, people naturally become curious about you. Career ambition and personal projects are another crucial dimension. A man who is passionate about his work, building something meaningful, or pursuing long-term goals radiates purpose. Purpose creates a sense of direction, and direction creates confidence. Instead of drifting through life, he is actively shaping his future. This aspirational energy becomes magnetic because it shows that his life is moving forward. Women are naturally drawn to men who have momentum. Momentum signals stability, potential, and vision. When a man speaks about the projects he is building, the goals he is pursuing, or the impact he wants to create, it triggers admiration and intrigue. His life feels larger than any single interaction. Another key element of lifestyle leverage is independence. High-value men do not rearrange their entire schedule to chase attention. They maintain routines, priorities, and commitments. This subtle independence communicates that their time and energy are valuable. When a man's life is structured around growth, fitness, friendships, and meaningful pursuits, women perceive him as someone with standards and boundaries. This does not mean arrogance or emotional distance. Instead, it reflects balance. He enjoys connection, conversation, and romance, but his identity is never dependent on them. His life remains rich and fulfilling regardless of whether someone chooses to participate in it. Subtle dominance also emerges from lifestyle leverage. Dominance here does not mean aggression or control. It means leadership and composure. A man who knows where he is going, who makes decisions confidently, and who navigates social situations calmly, naturally takes the lead in interactions. This calm authority creates a sense of security and intrigue. Imagine walking into a room where a man is laughing with friends, discussing new ideas, planning a weekend trip, and speaking confidently about his goals. His presence feels relaxed but purposeful. He is not trying to impress anyone, yet people gravitate toward him. Conversations flow naturally and his energy influences the atmosphere around him. That is the power of lifestyle leverage. When your life is filled with ambition, experiences, friendships, and purpose, attraction stops being something you chase. Instead, it becomes something that emerges organically. Women sense that engaging with you means stepping into a world that is exciting, evolving, and meaningful. In other words, she is not the center of your universe. You have already built a universe, and she becomes curious about being part of it. 6. Testing loyalty and identifying character. Not every woman who shows interest deserves access to your time, attention, and emotional investment. One of the most important skills a high-value man develops is the ability to quietly observe character before committing deeper energy. Attraction can be exciting, but character determines whether someone belongs in your life long-term. The truth is simple. Many people can appear charming in the beginning. In the early stages, most individuals present their best version, kind, supportive, and enthusiastic. But real personality reveals itself when expectations, boundaries, or minor challenges appear. That is why high-value men do not rush to invest emotionally. They observe patiently. Testing loyalty does not mean manipulation or playing childish games. It means paying attention to how someone behaves when small pressures or choices arise. For example, notice how she reacts when you are busy pursuing your goals. Does she respect your schedule, or does she demand constant attention? A woman with strong character understands that a man with purpose cannot always be available. Instead of complaining, she appreciates the ambition and independence. Another subtle test comes from boundaries. When you calmly express a boundary, whether about time, respect, or behavior, her reaction reveals a lot. A woman who values you will respect those boundaries without drama. She may ask questions or seek understanding, but she will not try to manipulate or guilt-trip you into changing them. On the other hand, someone with toxic tendencies often reacts with emotional pressure. She may attempt to make you feel guilty, create unnecessary conflict, or challenge your standards. These reactions are early warning signals. High-value men pay attention to these signals, instead of ignoring them out of attraction. Another important observation involves attention and validation. Some women seek constant validation from social media, other men, or public admiration. If her identity revolves around collecting attention, Loyalty becomes fragile because her focus is always on external approval. By contrast, a woman with strong self-respect does not depend on constant outside validation. Her confidence is quieter and more stable. Subtle jealousy situations can also reveal investment levels. For instance, mentioning a busy social life, friendships, or activities can show how she reacts. A woman who genuinely values you may show mild curiosity or playful competitiveness, but she will not create unnecessary drama. Her response reflects interest, not insecurity. These small moments reveal emotional maturity. Mature individuals handle these situations with composure and self-control, while insecure or manipulative personalities react with chaos, pressure, or emotional games. Observing how she treats other people is another powerful indicator of character. Watch how she speaks about friends, coworkers, or strangers. If she constantly criticizes others, creates drama, or enjoys gossip, it often reflects deeper personality traits. Eventually, the same behavior may appear in your relationship. High-value men also evaluate generosity and empathy. When someone shows genuine kindness, support, and consideration, not only when it benefits them, it signals emotional depth. Loyalty often grows from these qualities because they reflect authentic care rather than convenience. Maintaining masculine energy during this process is essential. Instead of interrogating or confronting someone aggressively, a composed man simply observes, evaluates, and adjusts his investment accordingly. If her character aligns with his standards, he allows the connection to grow. If red flags appear, he calmly steps back without unnecessary conflict. This calm evaluation process protects time, energy, and emotional focus. Many men lose years of their lives investing in relationships that were clearly incompatible from the beginning. They ignored warning signs because attraction clouded their judgment. High-value men operate differently. They understand that attraction is common, but character is rare. They take the time to recognize the difference. By setting clear boundaries, maintaining emotional composure, and paying attention to behavioral patterns, a man can quickly identify whether someone deserves deeper access to his life. And this is where the real separation happens. Average men chase attention and validation, hoping things will work out. High-value men observe quietly, protect their standards, and only invest where loyalty, respect, and genuine character are proven over time. Section 7. Emotional tension and anticipation. Emotional tension creates desire. Storytelling, smooth conversation, and sexual confidence build anticipation. Timing sexual initiation and controlling. Sexual tension strategically creates curiosity and attraction without neediness. The more you remain calm, independent, and playful, the more invested she becomes. You turn indifference into desire. She starts chasing your attention because it now feels earned, rare, and exciting. Section 8. Long-term strategy. Attraction isn't a one-time event. Maintain consistency, life energy, and stoic independence over time. Transform heartbreak into growth. Redefine success in relationships as independent of wealth or validation. Women respect men whose lives are complete, without them, but who remain charismatic, magnetic, and present when they choose to engage. This is long-term excitement and attraction. Conclusion. The ultimate stoic masculine edge. By combining presence, independence, confidence, emotional mastery, lifestyle, social proof, subtle dominance, sexual confidence, and storytelling, you create the ultimate masculine edge. Master these 57 male empowerment hacks. From X-return handling, loyalty testing, nonverbal communication, teasing, sexual strategy, and attraction science, and women will naturally respect, desire, and stay loyal to you. Every ignored message, every subtle test, every challenge is an opportunity. Stoicism is your secret weapon. Your calm, controlled, high-value energy flips attraction, turning indifference into obsession, tests into admiration, and emotional tension into desire. Remember this truth. Desperation quietly destroys attraction faster than almost anything else. The moment a man begins chasing validation, approval, or constant reassurance, the dynamic shifts. Instead of appearing confident and grounded, he begins to communicate neediness, and neediness erodes the mystery and strength that create genuine attraction. Attraction thrives in the presence of independence. When a man has his own direction, ambitions, and standards, his energy feels grounded and self-sufficient. He is not looking for someone to complete him or validate his worth. Instead, he is already complete in his mission, his discipline, and his lifestyle. A woman who enters his life becomes a complement to his journey, not the center of it. Emotional mastery is another critical pillar. High-value men do not allow every emotion to control their reactions. They remain composed when situations become tense, calm when others become dramatic, and focused when distractions appear. This quiet control signals strength. It shows that their internal world is stable and that they are capable of leading themselves through pressure and uncertainty. This is where Stoic philosophy becomes powerful. Stoicism teaches control over what is within your power, your mindset, your reactions, your discipline. Instead of reacting impulsively, a Stoic man observes, thinks, and responds with intention. He does not get pulled into unnecessary conflicts, emotional games, or validation traps. His calm presence becomes his advantage. Magnetic presence emerges naturally from this inner stability. When a man walks into a room with quiet confidence, controlled energy, and clear direction, people notice even if he says very little. He does not force attention. Attention flows toward him because his presence feels grounded and self-assured. Magnetism is subtle. It is visible in the way a man holds eye contact without intimidation, speaks with calm certainty, and moves with relaxed confidence. He listens more than he talks, but when he speaks, his words carry weight because they are intentional rather than desperate for approval. Women are often drawn to this type of energy because it feels stable and intriguing at the same time. Instead of chaos, they sense calm strength. Instead of pressure, they feel curiosity. Instead of emotional volatility, they experience composure. And that composure creates desire. A man who controls his emotions, pursues meaningful goals, and maintains independence creates an environment where attraction can grow naturally. He is not begging for attention. He is not trying to prove his worth. His actions, discipline, and presence already demonstrate it. In the end, the principle is simple but powerful. Desperation repels. Independence attracts. Emotional mastery commands respect. Magnetic presence creates desire. So build the habits that strengthen your mind. Pursue the goals that give your life direction. Protect your energy and maintain your standards. Be stoic, be magnetic, and become the kind of man whose presence speaks louder than words.